So let's see if it holds. I apologize, my phone, which I take videos on, died right in the middle of the what I was saying. So I haven't watched the video and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pick up right where I left off. So I apologize if there's a loss of continuity, loss of flow in what is being said, but you can still feel the message. And that's the point. Regardless what I say here, how I try to explain myself, you can always still feel through those sources, your senses. And feeling through those sources is much closer to your reality than thinking about what you feel is. Do you see? You could even think about a thought, and then that takes you one, two, three, and so many steps further back from the essential experience of you just being. Organic food, or what about organic you? Simple, without any additives, no thinking, just being. What does that taste like? What is the experience of you without you thinking about it? And the further you step back away from the experience of you as you are right now, you become entangled. You might have an opinion about what happened. You might change your mind about that opinion. Another aspect of you might be agreeing because it might relate to something you're doing in your life. Now you pull that into a whole other area, and you can see how by just a few steps, a few certain thoughts, you go deeper and deeper, and at some point a person can lose the initial energy, the initial thought, the initial idea that kind of took you from one step to the next. And in that crucial, in each one of these steps that you take yourself away from your essential now, you can become lost and forget very important decisions you had made. You might have made a wrong choice because you thought everything was the way it was because of what you knew in life back then, but maybe you learned something else. And way back in the future, or a bit into the future, you might not be able to follow that chain and see where you kind of went off. You might even forget that you did go off because you might be so far from the initial decision that now you're this way. You created a new personality about yourself. You've built a thing in the physical world. You've invested time and energy, and now you don't want to stop that. And if you get, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you kind of live blindly, and you just kind of allow life to push you through as opposed to being more aware and saying, wait a minute, we forget our essential nature, and we also forget that our essential nature is bare and pure. And when it is in this state, the human experience is very pleasant. That pleasantness will emanate through you. You can feel that, and you can actually measure it. People, oh my God, what's the? There's a type of photography where you can photograph a person's aura and their mood. As your mood changes, the color of the aura changes, and so on. So, whatever you're feeling, if you're in that pure state of just being you, feeling yourself as you are, then you emanate that niceness. So I guess it depends on how much you identify with your thinking that will determine whether or not you're able to experience more happiness, more joy in your life. I'm going to leave that there. I feel like this video would just go on and on. So at some point you got to get back to your regular life. And I've got some tree stumps to cut. So wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace.